All right, we are to the end of our concepts. This is 13.6. We are doing solving using quadratic formula. This is the surefire way to be able to solve quadratics even if you don't know how to do any of the other things. You do need to be able to identify standard form or put it into standard form, identify your A, B, and C, and then use order of operations by substituting into this formula, simplifying it down, and then solving for your two answers, or up to two answers. So to begin with, this is the formula. It does have to be in standard form. You will memorize this. The way to say this is x equals negative b, or opposite of b, negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So for the items such as this b, this b, this a, and this c, and this a, you have to plug in values. So on number 1, my a value is 1, my b value is negative 8, and my c value is negative 20. I'm going to plug it into the formula x equals opposite of negative 8 plus or minus the square root of b squared, so negative 8 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 20, all over 2 times 1. Now from there we're going to do order of operations. So we have to start with parentheses or grouping symbols. And our grouping symbols are going to be this radical sign. In this case, it's going to be the radical sign. So we're going to do this part first. So underneath the radical, we still use order of operations. So we're still going to do exponents, multiply, divide, and then add and subtract. So negative 8 squared, or quantity squared here, negative 8 squared is going to give me 64. It's still under the radical. Now I do have a minus here. Okay, I need to have a sign here, plus or minus. In this case, it's going to be negative 4 times a negative 20 times the 1, right? Or negative 4 times 1 times negative 20. Negative and a negative is going to make this a positive. 4 times 1 is 4, times 20 is 80. Now when I combine those, I add those together, I'm going to get the square root of 144. The square root of 144 is, in fact, 12. Now we can go back and tidy everything else up. Negative and negative is a positive, so I got positive 8 here. I've simplified that, I've simplified that. I've got my plus or minus. 12 over 2 times 1 is 2. So let's rewrite this. X equals 8 plus or minus 12 all over 2. Now I have two problems. My two problems are 8 plus 12 divided by 2 and 8 minus 12 divided by 2. Well, 8 plus 12, I'm going to change my color here again for you, is 20. 20 divided by 2 is 10. 8 minus 12 is negative 4. Negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. So x equals 10 and x equals negative 2. Those are my two answers. On B, first of all, I need to put it into standard form. So I need to go minus the 36. So it's set equal to 0. So I get x squared minus 5x minus 36 equals 0. My A is 1, my B is negative 5, and my C is negative 36. We're going to plug in what we know. I'm going to choose a different color here. And I'm going to say x equals opposite of my B value, which is negative 5, plus or minus the square root of negative 5 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 36, all over 2 times 1. Under my radical, 5 squared is 25. Negative times a negative, because this whole chunk goes together. Negative 4 times 1 times negative 36. Negative and negative makes that a positive. 4 times 36 gives me 144. So I've done that section. 25 plus 144 is 169. The square root of 169 is 13. So now I have negative negative here makes it a positive 5. Plus or minus 13 over 2. So x equals 5 plus or minus 13 over 2. My two problems are 5 plus 13 over 2 and 5 minus 13 over 2. 5 plus 13 is going to give me 18. Divided by 2 is 9. And 5 minus 13 is negative 8. Divided by 2, which is going to give me negative 4. So this problem, x equals 9 and x equals negative 4. Those are my two answers. On C, I'm going to write out to the side here. It is in standard form, so A is 1, B is 10, and C is negative 2. X equals negative 10 plus or minus the square root of 10 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 2, all over 2 times 1. Let's go ahead and organize that on the inside here. We've got 10 squared, which is 100. Put this whole grouping together, and it's going to be negative and negative is a positive again. 4 times 2 is 8. So I have the square root of 108. So now I have x equals, this is going to be negative 10, this is going to be just 2. X equals negative 10 plus or minus. Now, 108 we know breaks down, because if you look back in your notes, you should have some. 108 breaks down to, I believe, 36 times 3, which gives me 6 radical 3. So plus or minus 6 radical 3 over 2. Now you can rewrite it separately if you'd like to simplify, because basically this 2 is your common denominator. So you can either write it out as negative 10 over 2 plus or minus 6 radical 3 over 2, common denominator wise, and then reduce. When you reduce this, you're going to have negative 5 plus or minus, and then 2 goes into 6 3 times. So your answer is going to be negative 5 plus or minus 3 radical 3. And now we have D. On D, put it in order first. So I'm going to have x squared minus 4x minus 11 equals 0. A equals 1, B equals negative 4, and C equals negative 11. X equals negative the B value, so negative negative 4, plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 11, all over 2 times 1. So as we simplify this, this becomes 4. We have plus or minus 4 squared is 16. Negative 4 times 1 times negative 11 would give me a positive 44. Add those together and you get 60 all over 2. So rewrite that and we have x equals 4 plus or minus the square root of 60, but 60 would be 6 and 10. Yeah, no. 4 goes into 60 how many times? Oh, 15. So this is going to break down to 4 times 15, and the square root of 4 is 2 all over 2. So we really have x equals 4 over 2 plus or minus 2 radical 15 over 2, which then gives me x equals 2 plus or minus radical 15. And the last one like this, we're going to say my a value is 2, my b value is 7, and my c value is negative 9. X equals negative the 7 plus or minus the square root of 7 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 9 all over 2 times, in this case 2 because 2a. Let's simplify. When I go to simplify, this is still negative 7. This is still plus minus. Under my radical, that gives me a 49. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8 times negative 9. Negative negative makes a positive. 8 times 9 is 72. When I add those together, I get 121. And the square root of 121 is 11. On the bottom, 2 times 2 is 4. So as we kind of keep working on this, I have x equals negative 7 plus or minus 11 all over 4. We're not done because all of these are plain numbers. We still have operations to do. Let's use order of operations. So that would be negative 7 plus 11 divided by 4. And the other one's going to be negative 7 minus 11 divided by 4. So negative 7 plus 11 gives me 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. Negative 7 minus 11 is negative 18 divided by 4 reduces to negative 9 over 2. So x equals 1 and x equals negative 9 over 2. All right, so that's using the formula. Let's go back to the next page here. Now, determining the number of solutions, that's the next piece. So, number of solutions, well, we have choices. 2 solutions means it's going to cross the x-axis 2 times. 1 solution means it's resting with the vertex on the x-axis, so it touches 1 time. It can be open up or it can be open down. Same thing over here. You could do another one, a different one, like this. It touches it twice. Either way, opening up or opening down touches twice. Opening up or opening down touches once. No solution has to either be up top or it could be down below, but it will never touch the x-axis. This would be no solution. Now, the discriminant is just the part part of the formula under the radical. So just the b squared minus 4ac. Now with that being said, if that portion, if it's positive in the end, there's two solutions. If it's a 0, there's one solution. And if it's negative, there are no solutions, no real solutions. So let's try the discriminant. All we need to do for the discriminant is the b squared minus 4ac. We don't even have to like square root it. We just have to find that number. So if I have this, my a value is 1, b value is 5, and my c value is 4. All I'm going to do is b squared. So 5 squared minus 4 times 1 times 4. This is 25 minus 16. 25 minus 16 is a positive number, right? It ends up being 9. It's positive. So there's two solutions. I do want you to be able to get to the number. On B, my A value is 1, my B value is negative 3, and my C value is 10. Okay, it's my b squared minus 4ac. So b squared, negative 3 squared, minus 4 times 1 times 10. This gives me 9 minus 4 times 1 is 4 times 10 is 40. This gives me negative 31. Now, negative 31 is negative. Negative means no real solutions. And my next one. My A value, 1. My B value is 10. And my C value is 25. Again, b squared minus 4ac. So 10 squared minus 4 times 1 times 25. 10 squared is 100 minus 4 times 1 is 4 times 25 is 100. That gives me 0. So it means one solution. On D, I'm going to say my A value is 2, B value is negative 4, and C value is negative 3. B squared is negative 4 squared minus 4 times A times C. Negative 4 squared is 16 plus 4 times 2 is 8 times 3 is 24. This gives me 40. And 40 is positive, so I have two solutions. And the last two, try them on your own, pause me, and then come back to me. A is 4, B is negative 12, C is 9. So b squared, so negative 12 squared minus 4 times 9. This gives me 144 minus, because this is all put together here, right? Minus 4 times 4 is 16 times 9 is 144, which gives me 0, which means one solution. And the last one I have is A is negative 3, B is 5, and C is negative 8. B squared, so 5 squared minus 4 times A times C. So this gives me 25. Put all of this together, multiply, multiply, multiply. I get negative times a negative, positive 12. 12 times negative 8 gives me negative. 12 times negative 8 is 96. So 25 minus 96 is negative 71. which is negative, which means there is no real solution. I'd like to box your answers as well, please. And that's all there is to the quadratic formula and the discriminant.